Hello, me again. It is Friday night. Happy Friday night, everyone. And as promised, I'm doing a series of videos in reference to, if you read the description, my latest pretty large travel stint. I've been back 5 weeks. So if you are brand new, I'll do the usual introduction. So, hi, my name is Elisa, your clinical nutritionist, personal trainer, and as of a couple of months ago, your yoga instructor, meditation teacher, and pranayama teacher as well. So, it has taken me, I mentioned last week, if you watched this video, I'm sorry, I'm picking at my face because my cat, this little guy over here, can I say? Like I know this Ivy. This wee guy. He is typically not the cuddliest thing. He's a good hunter and he's like pat me, but not too much as cats do. And we just had a massive snuggle, but he's molting and I'm covered in his fur. So apologies if you see me doing that. Anyway, back to the point. So last week we talked about the hair cutting off and all that deal and how long it was and what I'm planning to do with it, etc., etc. And then I said this week I will talk to you about the instruments that I gathered from around the place, particularly one place and then one little outlier. And the reason I've done it in this order is because I kind of just wanted to start at the beginning, especially with the hair story, because some of you were sort of wondering what had happened to that. So that's getting sent off to be made into wigs, as you all know. And then I wanted to talk about the instruments that I gathered across those 9 countries. So they were UK, France, Spain, Portugal, Morocco, Egypt, India, Hong Kong, and China. And that was all over the space of 3 months. And the reason I'm doing instruments now is because I've already had them out and about. I use them in practice for meditation and for yoga, and the other stuff that I'm going to bring into it are things like jewelry and clothes and art. I've got a lot of beautiful artwork that I need to get framed because it's currently not in a good position, actually. If any of you know a good reasonably priced framer, please let me know, because it is wickedly expensive to get art framed. So please holla, please let me know if you know anyone who does that, and like at a reasonable price. So the rest of that stuff, clothing and other bits and pieces, are all actually still kind of away. Like, it took me a very long time, and this is a note to you, is if your routine goes out of whack, it does take a really long time for your body to come back to a normal, possibly even healthy state. And the type of travel that I did was stressful. It did take a toll. I got sick multiple times. In the best will of the world, I tried to take care of myself. I tried to take precautions, etc., etc. I did everything I could, but it happens, you know. And even though the stress did take a toll at the time, I didn't really notice because it was just so fun and exciting and just, yeah. So anyway, really, like, we're trying to reintegrate has taken a very long time. So that's why I haven't really picked up my stuff. I've kind of had to just put it away, and I'm using this as a way to show you all the cool stuff and share it with you. Then I'll show you stuff that I'm seeing for the first time, because I bought things that meant a lot to me and carried it around. Like, I got some really beautiful books in Paris, and then I carried them around the rest of the 7 countries after that. And they were really heavy, and that was because the cost of sending them back was super expensive. So that's all to come, and I'm really excited to share that with you. But what I wanted to do is show you the cool instruments that I got. So if you are interested, keep an eye out for where I might be doing some yoga classes, meditation classes, and keep an open mind. It's really, you've got to get the trifecta with health, and you can eat well, you can do your intense exercise, but you have to manage your nervous system. And if you're not managing your nervous system and you're not calm and relaxed, then you're just going to end up being unhealthy anyway. Not to sound like a downer, I'm just saying that you need to focus on your stress management as well. And by doing things like just calming, breathing, exercising proper breathing, and doing slow, stretchy poses like yoga is going to help you with that. So I got these beautiful instruments. So the journey. So off to India I went. I spent a month in India and trained to become a yoga teacher. I did my 200 hours, and this was in Rishikesh in India. So if you are familiar at all with yoga, Rishikesh is said to be the birthplace of yoga. This is where it's come from spiritually and historically, and all the teachers and yogis have come from a long history of teaching yoga. And just as a FYI, I guess, we kind of think yoga is just all those poses and stretches and stuff, but that's like 5% of what yoga actually is. It is a lifestyle, and there's so much more to it than just that. And that's what I wanted to go learn. I wanted to hear it from the absolute core of where yoga has actually come from, because we have westernized it, and I think it's lost its ancient history, and that's what I wanted to learn, which is why I went there. So then I did a postgrad, I guess, at a different school that wasn't too far away from the first one, in pre and postnatal yoga. So any mums to be, any postnatals, holla, because that's something I can help you with as well. And so on that note, now that I'm creating these beautiful yoga classes, I wanted to bring authenticity to them. So the instruments that I have, and I'm going to share exactly where they've come from. I've got selfies and videos with the people that I purchased them from. And I bought them on feeling. So I sort of just ended up at this music shop, and I went there on the first outing, and I got one piece, and I looked at all the rest of it, played with all the rest of it, and sort of was trying to figure out how I could integrate some of these instruments into the yoga aspect, or even just general meditation. I use these every day, and I just got a good feeling about them. So I got the one that I really loved, and then hid that away for a while, took photos and things like that and notes and prices and stuff of the other stuff. And I told them that I was going to come back, and they were just so lovely, so genuine, family owned, family run, really passionate, just, beautiful energy, happy, and just so lovely. And I just loved to have that experience with them. And I actually bought some artwork, and I will share that as well, the artwork that I got, which the owner, he worked there with his, or rental, whatever, well, all of his instruments, and he worked there with his sister, and she showed me some of these. So all of these instruments are handmade, and they help you pick them, essentially. So I really liked a tincture. We're going to start with the tincture. Well, before I do that, I'm just going to give myself a bit more shade, because it's kind of weird. Hang on. Okay, so this again, I said I was interested in a tincture, and I picked up a couple, and they just didn't feel right, and they all sound different, and they all have different patterns on them. They have different tones, different frequencies. So this is the first one I'm going to show you, and I won't, because you might not hear it, but the frequency just goes on for such a long time. So here it is. Actually, before I show you, I wonder if we can do a close up there. but see, it's got designs and symbols on them. I think it's Sanskrit. I'm actually not entirely sure, but the thing is, I tried a couple, and then this lovely young girl, she said, I think you'll like this one. And I did the ding, and I was like, oh my gosh, yes. So here it is. It's two little bell looking things, and they're held together with pleather, because in Rishikesh and a lot of places around there, they're vegetarian, and they practice non-violence to anything that is like, you know, an animal that they think has a soul. So it's not real leather. So I'll give this a little ding. So imagine that you're like either at the beginning of a class or in the meditation stage. And so the theory with these is it centers you and gets your attention to the current moment, but it's all about frequencies and balancing the energy in your body. And it's not woo-woo, it's science, all right? So here's my little tincture, and I love it. And you can do nice gentle ones. This is just how I love this, to be nice and gentle. You could show me this other technique. And you kind of move it around and do stuff. So anyway, that's that. And you can hit it really hard, which I'm not going to do because it might be really loud for you, and also it might upset the kitty cat, and I don't want to do that. So that's what that is, and I just love it. And that was the second thing I bought from there. So I just grabbed that. That was the first. The first thing I grabbed. Now the first thing that I actually purchased from them comes in this little carry bag. And I just love it so much. This is called a happy drum. And they're, like I said, they're all handmade. This one they said was handmade. Looks very clean. The other items look handmade in a beautiful way. So we have the Om symbol right in the middle there. And I got this pattern. It's basically just like a wrap that goes on the top, which looks like the world. So I was traveling. So it's got an atlas on it, on a map, however you want to think about it. So it does have to be on the ground, but I'm just going to run you through how it can sound. And I'm still playing with it because it has two little rubber-ended, I guess they're drumsticks, but it's so delicate. Look how small it is. So I'm just going to go from like the whatever. Just listen along. Oh, oopsies. I've been practicing this so much and I had it like down pat. Okay, hang on. Scratch that, didn't happen. Now we go. So I'm going to be using that. I haven't really figured out how that's going to work, but I kind of feel like when you feel that kind of rising, then it's going to like bring your awareness up, I think. Anyway, I will save all those details for when I do an actual class, which if you're local, you'll be welcome to join. Otherwise, I'll be doing some stuff online probably. So just watch that space. So did you feel happy with the happy drum? Because I do. It always makes me happy. I love him. Okay. Now the next thing as well. Now when I went in there 3 weeks later, I went in there the first time, and the boy, because he was young, and his younger sister, basically prescribed these, so the tincture, and then I got a sound bowl. So here is my lovely, beautiful, look how detailed sound bowl. So we've got patterns all over the place with this gorgeous thing. And I'm still getting used to this, but yeah, when I went in there the first day and got the happy drum and I said I love this sound, well, this particular one, the way it sounded, the patterns, everything about this is like, I was like, I need this, would you mind holding it for me? And 3 weeks later I went back and it was still in the little corner of their wee shop with the tincture. So it's like you're meant to really have 7 of these, but am I going to carry 7 back in the bag? No. So we have this way of doing it. And then this is something I'm still working on. It's a bit of a skill, actually. Yeah. So that's sending off its own frequency. And so you put them on various parts of the body. It does with healing and stuff. For me at this point, this is it's just like a beautiful sound. You know, it's just such a calming sound. So that's my sound bowl, and I love and adore. Oh, and because, I don't know, they loved me. So they gave me this, which is just like a stand for it. For free! And I just love and adore it. Okay, now I've got a long history with this guy here. And I was looking at these at this music shop, which I was talking about, except I just kind of decided against it because I got all this other stuff and it's not cheap stuff. Like this is so genuine, and also the whole travel thing. And when you see this, you'll know what I'm talking about. And then on my very last day, I went out to get actually just a chakra necklace, which I have and I'll show you. And then I stumbled across a little clothes shop. Oh my gosh, I was like, it's my last day. So it happened. And then I went into this other shop and I saw this thing and I was like, that, I have to have that. Like, and then they had all these other ones and they were showing me, and I was like, no, that one, I just want it. And so normally I like to think and process stuff like this, but no, I was like, I have to have this thing. Now you'll see when I show you, I couldn't put it in my luggage, so I had to go carry on everywhere. Going from Rishikesh to Delhi, they were like, just adored the fact that I had this thing because obviously it's their thing. And then Delhi to Hong Kong, yep, that was semi okay. This I was so precious about this thing. Oh my god, it was all wrapped up. And then various other places, their security was like, they were like, what is it? What it's a, and anyway, like there were places where like, it has to be in you have to go check it in, you have to go back through security. It's a weapon, it's this, it's that, what is this thing? They investigated it. Oh my god, it was just like, we went on a big journey. But I think it was worth it. So here we go. This is my rain stick. That at the end of your meditation. There's more in there. It just takes a wee while, so you get the gist. So yeah, this is how I literally walked onto the plane in both Rishikesh and in Delhi. Like I just love it. I don't know why. I just do. But it's made of bamboo. I have no idea what's in it. I'm quite surprised that someone didn't want to cut it open because I don't even know. Like it's sealed with glue at the top there. But yeah, we've been through a lot and I just absolutely adore it. So Here's rain stick. In some places, because it's longer than 30 centimeters, that wouldn't let me do it, so I had to put in chicken, and it was a whole thing. So there's my rain stick, which I absolutely adore. Yeah. Like, what is it? And yeah, they were like, this is a weapon, a blunt weapon. I was like, this is the opposite of a weapon. This is like this is designed for meditation, the most chilled out thing ever. And yeah, we went through a lot to get this back, didn't we? So these are my original instruments. Oh my god, I actually so love it. And then I got one more bonus one, which I don't know if you were there at the time, Jim, but this is one to add. Oh, I did something naughty. I forgot about that. Oh dear. Okay. So my final instrument for today is a wind chime that I got actually really cheap. You would be so surprised how good I got at bartering. And this is from one of the towers on the Great Wall of China. Cool, eh? Oops, it's a wee bit tangled. This is its first outing. Here it is. So it's also a wicked souvenir, as everything is, but it says on it, like, it's got a picture of the Great Wall there, and then on the back it says, I climbed the Great Wall. So I think that's pretty cool of a souvenir. Actually, I can't recall exactly how much that was, but it wasn't crazy. The thing that I was laughing about, oh my god, I might get prosecuted for this. I may have taken some of the Great Wall. Look, it was just a little piece of rock, okay? I'm sure it's fine. A little bit of that. I don't think it ever hurt anyone. So now we have a piece of China here. And there we go. That is all my beautiful instruments. This is the only one that's not been out yet. But now that it's out and about, she's going to go somewhere. Not outside, because if anyone's in Canterbury, you know this will just be non-stop. Right. That's a good time to wrap that up. If you have watched this, thank you for joining. I hope you enjoyed learning a little bit about these places and these instruments. And fun fact, while we were just talking about China, the Great Wall, I may have forgotten now, it is 32,000 kilometers long, which in context is, I think I worked out 12 or 13 New Zealands in line. Isn't that wild? Like, you ain't gonna walk that in a day, are you? Good times. All right, well, thank you so much for being here and for being part of the journey. And I will see you again next week. And please let me know what you might be interested in. Is it jewelry, clothes, other interesting trinkets, arts, whatever? Everything was carefully selected because, you know, I was on a budget, but I had to make sure that I got something meaningful from all these places. So I shall leave that there. You enjoy the rest of your evening and weekend, and I'll see you next week. Okay, bye now.